Hey guys, Cody at RMF. Today our guys over at Pitwell U brought us a special surprise. It is a Fronius TranSteel 4000 Pulse. And I think this is going to be exactly what we've been needing, and I can't wait to jump into it.
Good, Trent here with Pit Weld U. We met Spencer and Terrence up at the Performance Racing Industry Show in Indianapolis in December of last year. They had stopped by our Pit Weld U booth to learn more about Fronius welding machines, as they needed a good quality product that could MIG weld aluminum at Rapid Metal Fab. Turns out Fronius has got a great line of machines that offer that technology, and they stopped by our Pit Weld U shop in January to demo a Fronius TranSteel Pulse machine. And they fell in love with it. So they ordered a TransSteel 4000 Pulse, and it has been delivered today, and we are working with the guys to get it set up and get it into use. Over at Pit Weld U, we've got a full line of welding workshops that are great for your entry-level or hobbyist welder, somebody who is looking to learn the ins and outs of the trade, and as well as 8 and 16-week welding and fabrication courses for the individual. That's more geared towards a career in the industry. While the weekend workshops are great for the hobbyist or the person that's making minor repairs in your garage at home, the 8 and 16-week courses are great for that person, like I said, that's looking to make a career of it. We're also an accredited testing facility and are available for all of your welder testing and qualification needs. And of course, if you're in the market for a great Fronius welder, we have their machines in stock as well. So we hope to see you one day. We're over in Mooresville, North Carolina.
Hey guys, Cody and Dylan with Rapid Metal Fab. Today we got a new toy. We were using a push-pull gun for welding aluminum. We tried everything. We tried 035 wire and 045 wire, and nothing was up to par. The welder just wasn't cutting. This, just from what we've seen with about 2 hours of messing with it, it's going to be a game changer. This is going to be exactly what we need. First thing is, this drywall system pivots all the way around. Wherever you move, it's going to flow with you. My other favorite part is the gun. There's a lot less stress points.
Basically everything we have here with the gun, when it comes to, in comparison with the push-pull gun, the push-pull gun does not have your average shape of a regular MIG gun. Basically it's a straight handle and a T. So you've just got a very uncomfortable system. It's very bulky, it's very difficult to get into tight, hard to reach places. With Fronius now, we have way more mobility, we have way more access, we have this joint right here that prevents, like Cody said, stress on the liner, stress on the wire, a lot more grip to the gun, and then overall just comfortability and operational. The gun that we have now, it, like Cody said, is a game changer for the products that we are making.
So this is a TransSteel 4000 Pulse. So it is 100% pulse capable. That is what we will be using it for. If you don't want to run pulse, we won't. Now, we run downhill for the most part. I'm gonna say probably 80%. So we would set our settings for preset number 1, and then all of our flat welds, we can switch right over to 2. And if we want to run a little bit hotter, a little bit colder, we can set 3, 4, and 5 as well. That is going to be a lot faster because our push-pull gun, you have to change the wire at the gun. You can't change it at the welder. You can only change the voltage at the welder. That makes it super hard to fine-tune. This way easier. And like I said, you don't have to run pulse. You can run just regular short circuit, whichever one you want. What about you, Dylan? You got anything to add?
The best part about this machine overall is, like Cody was talking about, the way you can adjust. You can do way more here. So you can go into basically your material, you can go into amperage, wire feed, and over here you can adjust very quickly
Your frequencies.
your frequency. So when you get into frequency, a lot of welders don't have that capability unless it's a TIG welder. So when you get to a MIG welder that you're trying to use aluminum on, and you can change a frequency, that really changes the game for us, because at that point we have so much fine-tuning ability. Because not only can you go from frequency, you can move right over here and get into your arc length. So arc length is a big deal when it comes to any type of MIG welder, especially aluminum. When you get into the aluminum version of it, basically your arc length is what's going to be controlling that puddle. And your puddle is your main thing, especially running downhill like we do. Sometimes we're moving really fast, and eventually we'll get down to the point of this machine running just perfect for anybody that walks up to it. I may run faster than Cody runs slower than I do. Say we have somebody else come in to do it, they could run completely different. All we've got to do is get in here and adjust it for them. And to me, that is a big benefit. So then when you get into basically the whole wire feeding system, you have just a standard roll here. It's 4043 aluminum 045 wire. Nothing crazy here. Feeds in through the bottom, comes in, and this is where the Fronius versus the push-pull gun is a lot different of a machine. So on our push-pull setup, you have your standard drive rolls. It's nothing different than just your average MIG machine. There's basically a gear, there's a little prong that comes out, drive roller goes on, and that's how it's driven. It's propelled that way. But when you have this system here, you actually have gears on your drive rolls themselves, which helps propel it through into the liner all the way to the gun without having the use of a second set of drive rolls. And when it comes to consumables and stuff like that, that's more cost effective, and overall it just helps get the gun itself to be a smaller unit.
One of the biggest things for me is these drive rollers, and there's an indicator in here as well that is color coded. So right now they're red. Red is for 045. Blue is for 035, and there's smaller and bigger. All color coded. If you were running all three at different times, that way it would not be near as easy to confuse. That's one of the big factors for me.
And then after that, when it comes to even more simplicity things coming from Fronius, you have a chart right here that tells you carbon steel, aluminum, and then you just have your regular stainless on there too. Basically, it gives you options of where to set this and how to set it. That way you're not sitting here playing a guessing game, making a weld, saying, okay, that's too tight, and then going back and forth with it, wasting time. At Rapid Metal Fab, time is money.
Hey, Terrence at Rapid Metal Fab here. I'd like to take a moment to thank Pitwell View for coming out and helping us set up the TransSteel 4000 pulse for us. If you guys are interested in any of their products, contact our friends at Pitwell U for any information. Thanks and have a great day.